All right, and I mean no one. It's not safe for anyone at all. All right, um, here we are. This is the drawing we did for on the Zoom meeting 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I've decided I'm going to do stuff to it. And hi, Stellar. So I already did stuff to it. Took a I took a ruler and lined it up the way it was. I realized that with her legs were over here, and she was not balanced, and so uh, she needed to be balanced. And so I already changed that much, and now I'm gonna do more. I like her hair, but you can't see much of it. So I don't know, I might do something. Make it really long. It wasn't really this long. I can make it long, and I can do a variety of things. Get my vine charcoal. Actually, got a photo right here of somebody wearing bracelets like this, even on their upper arm. So I never thought it looked very comfortable, but it looks very cool. Must be at least a little bit flexible, or just don't see how it will work. And she's also got some kind of anklets. So I like that. And there's pottery already in this drawing. I think I'll do some more pottery. Pardon me. Jeepers. I'm not much of a computer repair guy. I don't know. I'm not a tech, not a tech person at all. So when I do manage to accomplish something highly technical, I'm very proud of myself that I managed to figure it out and do something very technical. So I'm going to show you what I did here. I got this. I've got this old computer, and all I use it for is to put pictures on. So I could set it here and I have photo references to use when I do stuff like this. But the hinge is worn out, and when you try to stand the laptop open, it falls back or it slams shut. And both ways, it knocks its brains out, and you have to restart the computer. So I did something very technical. I I taped some cardboard to it, so it can stand open now. Um, so there you go. I'm thinking about opening up a computer repair shop now that I know what I'm doing. And, we'll try to get you moved in a little bit closer. See if that helps any. All right. I don't know where she is, but it can't be anything too exciting. She's carrying a water jug on her shoulders. Um, and there's a water jug here. I don't know. She could be out in the country. It's about to put her in a building or a courtyard or something. I could change that. We're out in the country where there's a well or something. That's kind of cool. So I remember a painting. It's like a William Bouguereau painting or something. Some girls out. They're out somewhere. There was a well, or a fountain. They were filling water pitchers from the fountain. It's kind of cool. I've got photo references of this, but I just thought of it now, and I don't have them ready. So I'm gonna have to just do. I'm gonna have to just fake it as best I can, as best as. Put this. That'll be a lion's head as soon as I figure out how to do that. Put that real close to the corner. So maybe my basin can just be the corner. Yeah, be like that. All right, so she has now filled or is getting ready to fill the water basin, the water jug from the fountain. Yeah, Now that wall works. That's where I say the wall is, and that's where I say the wall is. But then this has to meet the wall, doesn't it? If that's going all the way up into the corner. These things work a whole lot better when you have photo references for them. Hi, John. Hi, Sissy. And hi, whoever else may happen to be there. You love today's title. Yeah, yep, they're just not safe. I don't need to, I shouldn't be trying to anticipate who they're not safe for. They're just simply not safe. I had a really good example. It was right on the top of my mind a few minutes ago, but my mind doesn't hold things anymore. It's just like a sieve. And but anyway, somebody had gone to a group that was dedicated to a particular thing, and then got bent out of shape because they found that particular kind of thing there. And it was just like, yeah, you do your best. You do your best to go, okay, this is what this place is about. So if you don't like that sort of thing, don't be here. And you know, I'm not into blood and gore and everything, but if I go into a group that's all about horror movies or something like that, I know I'm going to see some, and so uh, I can't go in there and then complain about it. Uh, so that's just how it is. I know there's some moss and grass and stuff growing. My memory, it's probably nothing serious, um, but it's a difficult thing to describe. 10 years ago, I had pneumonia, and there were things that happened as a result of having pneumonia that I was aware that they'd happened, but they're really difficult to explain to people, to their satisfaction. And one was to be conscious of the fact that I just now lost some memory, and I don't know what the memory is. I could have told you a minute ago, but it just, and that would be happening to me when I was sick and I was coughing, and then I would just have these moments where I would kind of fade out. I was pretty sure I was just going to die, and and then I'd kind of fade back in, but I'd be like, something's missing. and some things were, and you just didn't know about it. Last year at some point, Bash's grocery store had a good sale on the soda that we drink. And so often shop at Bash's. There's a Fry's very nearby. Bash's isn't close. So, but we made the trip down several miles down the street to get some soda, or it was something else. I don't know. But we made the trip to take advantage of this sale, and it's a nice little shopping center that this Bash's is in. And I remember that we used to go there more often back when because of whatever. But Stellar says, I really like this shopping center, especially back when it was an Albertsons when they built it. And I said, and both of us worked at Albertsons for years. Um, and I knew all the Albertsons locations. I mean, I could drive there with my eyes shut, all of them. And I knew the store director and the grocery manager and the drug manager and the dairy manager, and all of them, and it's so she's sitting there saying that this place used to be at Albertsons, and I'm like, no, it's always been Bash's. She said, no, it was Albertsons. We did work there. We didn't, we weren't employees at that particular store, but you wind up working once in a while at all of them. And I was like, no, and she says, don't you remember there's this restaurant that we used to like to go to? She says, I don't remember what it was, but there was a restaurant down there on the end where that little courtyard is. We used to like sitting in the courtyard, and I said, there's no courtyard in this shopping center, and she says, yes, there is. So we drove down the end of the courtyard, and I mean, to the end of the shopping center, and there's a courtyard, and there's restaurants, and of course, whatever it was she was referring to was 15 years ago or something. So, the restaurants change. And, and, yeah, you're just eating popcorn and drinking this in, aren't you? Yeah, you just wait. You just wait till you're my mental age. Um, so we just, I just like, obviously she's right and I'm wrong. And I don't remember this. I don't remember anything about it. And the little courtyard's cool. It's the kind of place I'd like to go hang out. It's this kind of place I would, if I had nothing else to do. It's just like I'm gonna go take my sketchbook and get a coffee and go hang out at that place. And I probably did do that. And I don't remember its existence at all. Don't remember at all. And it's not that long ago. But it would have been uh, before I'd gotten sick. So that stuff happens. And then people say, well, you're old. And it's just like, well, I am, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, January of 2010. I remembered that stuff. In March of 2010, I didn't. And gonna have to stop Michael Jackson. Just stop it, Mike. Just hold your ass still. Um, and so yeah, things like that happen. Um, the happy news is I've been reading about people with COVID, and they describe the same kind of things, same kind of stuff. So we've all got that to look forward to. So anyway, sort of a ghost of a leg ghost. There's a picture I did a while ago. In one of my life drawing classes, that the arms were doing something weird. I couldn't make any use of it, so I was trying to change the position of the arm, but she had her arms kind of up. I don't know, doing this probably, and it's like if you put the arms down, then you've changed everything. You changed the whole upper body. And so I had to move the arms to do something that had the arms raised, so that it didn't alter the shape of her upper body. And I kept changing my mind. I draw them, and I think I was liking it, and then I didn't like it, and I erased them and redrew it. And so then I blackened all around when I finally picked something, and I made it black all around, and but you can still see this ghost like that of all the arms. And anyways, I shared that the other day on a group, thinking very little of it other than to say, yeah, you can still see where I change my mind about where the arms go, but that seems to be what everybody loves about that picture. They're like, oh, I love the way the arms are like flapping all over the place, like she's dancing, or like she's frenetic or something. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you like that. I'm a genius, because that sure wasn't intentional, but I'm a genius. I don't necessarily want this to look Egyptian, but it's coming out looking Egyptian. This little design I'm doing. That's okay. That's okay. Someday, sissy, someday you'll be old like me, and you'll be sorry. You'll be sorry for making fun of me. I don't know why I say that. I made fun of old people when I was young. Pretty sure I'm still not sorry. even though I kind of like it the way it is. It's a chance. What we need to do is put some clothes on the girl. She's already got some jewelry, but I don't really see her as a, you know, a rich girl. Rich girls don't carry water pitchers, do they? Maybe it's cheap jewelry, copper armbands or something. We can work with that idea. Her loincloth is drifting off in this direction for a very good reason. I'm going to cover up that ghost leg over there. There's a conversation that I'm having almost every day now when somebody says, I love this picture. Is it for sale? And I say, sure, private message me. That's the end of the conversation. Don't hear any more about it. I guess they were expecting me to say no. Of course, I have sold things in exactly that same manner. But most of the time, that's the end of the conversation. Oh, I thought you were making fun of me. She, uh, Sissy denies making fun of me. Okay, that's all right. As the Michael Jackson eating popcorn thing, I just thought it was like a cool story, bro. Not the cynical thing people say these days. Cool story, bro, when what they really mean is that's not a very cool story. Not interesting at all. course, that's a thing about memes. You think you know what you're saying. I mean, you do know what you're saying. You just don't know what I'm hearing. So what else? I went to Trader Joe's just a few minutes ago. Everybody was wearing a mask. Nobody was um, nobody was observing any social distance whatsoever. Uh, there was some display I wanted to look at. There's something I was looking for and I couldn't find without getting closer. People just kept stepping up, and I was like standing back waiting for somebody to leave so I could step up. People just shoving past me. I was like, man. She says, I'm just saying I'm paying attention. Her outfit is coming along great. Thank you. Um, yeah, I like it. It matches a little sketch that I made some time ago. I'm just keeping a little folder full of sketches of different ideas, um, some of which I may have been copying something else or started copying something else and then riffed off of that and did my own thing. Um, but I don't know. I don't remember at this point. Um, I like it. So probably means I better put a top on her. I don't want to. I don't really want to. In a way, I didn't want to put any clothes on her, but clothes have clothes have more personality than not clothes. Um, you can immerse this person in a culture, even a fictitious culture, by giving them some kind of an outfit. I don't know. You could say something about how wealthy she is, or what she does for a living, or you know, something, what the weather's like here, and that kind of thing is implied in all of her clothes. So that's that is a handy thing. I've told the story before, but one time I showed some of my goblin art from my coloring books to a couple of stuffy old ladies, and they got all cranky. Like, they're naked. I was like, oh God, they're little frog people. I mean, what is it? But when I do another one, I am going to include a lot more clothing, and it's not because of that. It's because um, there's just more personality. There's just more um, room to do stuff, and there's more stuff to color. If you're coloring, and you just got this guy who's just from head to foot, you're going to color him green or something. Um, there's just more to do if you have clothing on him, and pockets, and you put stripes on his vest, or things like that. Um, so I will be doing more. Yeah, there'll be more of that kind of thing. I don't know if I could do a coloring book of this sort of thing. I'd like to. I don't know if that's a thing. Today is the 1st of October, and October is Inktober. And probably you are all quite familiar with the concept of Inktober, but just in case you're not, um, Inktober was started by, I think, a comic book dude. Um, he just made a personal goal one year to do um, an ink work every single day for the month of October, which was right up his alley anyway. It was just a motivational thing. And so he did that and publicized his results, and other people said, I'm going to do that next year. Uh, and so it's been a thing for quite some years now, and there's like an official uh, list of prompts. So you'll, um, if you join, there's no rule. You don't have to do any of this, but you could just do whatever you want for Inktober, or you could, um, time for you to start drawing, Sissy says. Drawing monsters for Halloween. Ah, yeah, I could do monsters for Halloween. Um, but I was going to get to. I've got these coloring book projects and various other clip art projects and everything, all of which require a lot of inking. So I plan to do that for Inktober, to do some ink work, and I won't be using the prompts. Is where I was going with that. The prompts will say things like stone, or deep, or loneliness, or something like that, and you do a sketch that depicts that in some way. Um, and if you're, I don't know, um, you just come up with a completely different sketch, or some people just, they always draw faces. So it's like, if the prompt was stone, they would draw a face that looked like it was carved out of stone. And deep, they have a face looking up from a well, or something. Where there was something that kind of, the prompt kind of kicks your imagination and get in. And I guess a lot of people need that. They're like, I want to draw, but I don't know what to draw. Well, I always know what to draw. I just, I have 5,000 different ideas, and I don't know how to pick one. That's my problem. But I will be doing some coloring book / clip art book things for Inktober, However, I haven't worked out, that's got to be flat. I can't ink upright. Somebody probably can, but I can't. So uh, if I can figure out how to arrange the camera to point at the desk so that I can do some ink demos, I will do so. I haven't worked out that problem yet. So uh, yeah, it is something I'm going to be doing at least in the rest of my time. He is already. So Inktober, get out your pens and inks. It could be anything, markers or old-fashioned dip pens, and get inking for Inktober. And it's very easy to Google the prompts if you want those. Some people find them very helpful or just very interesting. It is interesting to look at things and go, yeah, I never would have thought to do that. Um, but that's okay. I've got a thousand things that I have thought to do. And that's it. That's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Sissy. Thanks for coming. And even if you were making fun of me with Michael Jackson videos, thank you for coming. And I will talk to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye bye.